Hi, my name is Danny, and I play an Alexandrian on The Walking Dead in seasons 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm also a huge fan of horror and survival games like 7 Days to Die and Phasmophobia. Now you might be wondering what those two things have in common. Well, when I was given the opportunity to have unprecedented access to a formerly closed Walking Dead filming location and well-known haunted historic building, I was not going to pass that up. Come with me as I not only show you behind the scenes of this Walking Dead filming location, but also spend the nights and get evidence of paranormal activity that you will not believe.
46 miles southwest of Atlanta lies the sleepy town of Grantville, Georgia. Host to The Walking Dead, most fans will recognize the iconic buildings from Season 3, Episode 12, Clear. What a lot of people don't know is that the town sprung up around 1852 with the arrival of the railroad and a large milling industry. One of the first major businesses was founded by W.J. Garrett and T.E. Zellers, and in 1877 they built the first two-story brick store. They sold groceries on the first floor and furniture, wagon parts, and caskets on the second floor. The town was booming until the introduction of the automobile, and with the railroad went the town's prosperity. Rumors abound around what happened next. Illegal gambling, suicide, and talks of a lady in a green dress now haunt this 7,200 square foot building. We will be spending the next 24 hours investigating the many reports of paranormal activity within these walls.
Yeah, we're gonna have the run of this building, the big one in the back. I'm excited, and that's only because literally my friend Laura knows the woman who basically takes care of all of these buildings. So yeah, she's got a key to like every building, and I'm hoping we get to come back and do more paranormal investigation and more stuff like this. It's like real life Phasmophobia, so wish us luck. I'm excited. Alright guys, this is my friend Laura. Say hey.
Hi.
We know each other from The Walking Dead. You were on season 8, 9, and 10. And I was on 7, 8, 9, and 10. Fellow Alexandrian here. They actually just sold it to someone who's going to come in and change everything. So we are the last ones that are going to come in and look for paranormal activity and spend the whole night and hopefully not die. And no, it'd be cool. And not only that, it's also a Walking Dead location. So let's go on a little tour. Alright, so this is the entrance to the upstairs that is known as Morgan's apartment. And so half of the place is decorated the way that the TV show decorated, to do like tours and stuff for fans of The Walking Dead. And the other half is a private residence. Currently, it wasn't always a private residence. Now, your first indicator that something strange is going on is this little hole right here. There's a room back there, and they would have someone keep watch for authorities, I suppose, because apparently they had some gambling going on up here. I'm not sure which side the gambling took place on, but that is the story of that little cubby hole. Looks ominous. Someone would sit there and then warn people if someone was coming to bust up their card game. We have some murals here that you'll recognize from The Walking Dead. Don't Dead, open inside. So they keep this very much themed for Walking Dead. So it's going to be a little different. But what's awesome is that we have access to this entire place, and it's huge. This is just a mural that they recreated that was on the show. This mural was actually on that train station building there. I was telling Laura earlier, how are you supposed to go around here in the dark later when these guys are just standing around to creep you out? So this is kind of like their front desk where they welcome people to do the tours. They kind of have it all themed from the show, which seems silly. But no, it's fun. They filmed a lot here. They have all sorts of the Clear episode. They have it all themed in here. Rick's jail cell. They have the original actor marks. These are toe marks. When they look like this, they're toe marks. And that tells you, so he was probably standing here like this. This was his mark. And then he probably had to turn. So that was his toe mark. To turn and look a specific way. So the camera was probably super close to his back. Probably to look at. This is the map that Morgan had on in the episode. I'll insert clips and photos of the actual episode so you guys can see. He was writing Clear everywhere. One fun thing that I noticed about being in a historical building. Now this bathroom is not original, obviously. This is all new. Like I said, we legitimately do have access to every part of this house. And one is where this like furnace room is. And I'm not gonna go in here because it's pretty dirty. But see the white slats on the wall? Those are the same white slats you would have seen in the hallway. And those are original. So this is actually the hallway where we saw the Don't Dead open inside mural painted. So this place originally was expanded upon a general store. And we sold a bunch of goods upstairs and downstairs. And I'll go through that when we go through like what I consider the historical side. And this is like the Walking Dead reenactment side. Even though there is paranormal activity that happens in here from time to time, there's a lot of rumors as far as different things that happen. But as far as proof, I much rather enjoy looking at the National Historic Register place and getting information on like who owned the building and who was here and stuff like that. So a lot of this is just Walking Dead. They have the cot right where they had the cot on the show. There's another actor mark here on the floor. And where this is right where Rick kneeled and talked to Morgan on the cot. So this is cool. I'm not in this episode, by the way, before anybody asks. And there's actually a couple other Walking Dead locations legitimately like right outside. There's a brick wall that says "Away with you." I'll insert a picture of that. There's just, Walking Dead loves to find small towns like this and shoot there. And it's actually kind of ironic because we've been warned when filming. There's a couple of cemeteries they filmed at and a couple of churches they filmed at, and I'll show you guys pictures of those, and I'll insert some here. And there's a couple where they actually like warn, like, hey, this is like haunted and we've known about this, so just like let's be respectful, we're filming this cemetery and stuff like that. So when you film around a lot of these places that are in the middle of nowhere in Georgia, you do kind of run into the same kind of thing where it's like, oh, this is the locals say this is haunted, or this has like paranormal activity in it, which is really cool sometimes when you like know about it. Like I've filmed on a plantation in a church where like 5 people were murdered, and they didn't tell us until like we wrapped, we were done for the day, and then they're like, oh, by the way, just so you know, 5 people died here. And I was like, what? So I don't like when they hide stuff like that. However, it is interesting. It's neat to be able to film on location all the time when you're in Georgia and experience all these different locations. So like if Walking Dead didn't film here, then I would have never come here, would have never met the lady who manages this place, and I would have never been able to see the residence side of things. This door might be locked. It's locked. We gotta go around. I would have never seen the like historical side that we're spending the night in and sleeping in a haunted building. The main reason we're here is because of all the paranormal activity that happens over here in the private residence area. Now, this was not always a private residence. It was actually a store. So they used to sell a bunch of stuff up here. I have a whole a breakdown for you guys. I'll do like a voiceover because I didn't memorize all of it. But like this wall is new. Like they put this in. But these beams are original. So you'll see throughout this place that some areas are original and some areas are new. So it's a mix. It's an interesting mix. And this whole place is like Walking Dead themed. It's actually really cool. They have all these frame things and sign things. So as a Walking Dead fan, it's really cool. But for a paranormal investigation, there's a lot of activity in this building. You can see it's got the original exposed brick. That's all original. Original crown molding around the windows, stuff like that. So this is the first bedroom. You can see the age and the wear and the tear on this place over time. They used to... Ooh. That's new. The electricity, though, is very old. So I can't exactly be like, oh, wow, paranormal, whatever. But that hasn't happened really since we've been here. This is the second bedroom. Again, the exposed brick that you can see that I think holds a lot of history, a lot of energy, a lot of stuff like that. It's just it's a huge place. It really is. This bedroom, we've been in a lot now today. Basically, apparently this is an old hospital bed. And this room holds some of the most activity. So we will see about that. Again, the exposed brick, again, that's Walking Dead themed. So they have like props and frames and stuff like that on here. It's a little bedroom. Now, there's no vents in these rooms. You'll see me go around and check with an EMF. The electric, the outlets. There's actually no vent in here. This room is another room known for hearing a lot of scratching and stuff. And I swear that these look like these never freak me out. Nice living room.
Hold up. All right. Me from the future. Hi. What's up? So I don't know why I didn't react to that at all. Apparently my coping mechanism was to just keep moving and to just keep talking and ignore the fact that I did hear that, which yes, I did hear that. And throughout this video, we get a lot of evidence, and there is a lot of stuff that I'm editing now that I'm seeing, like orbs and EVPs that we did not hear and we did not know that we captured. But this is something that I actually did hear, but for some reason, I don't know why I didn't react to it. It's a very weird response I had to that room that you're going to notice throughout the night. But yes, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll let you continue.
TV. Another room. This place is huge, I'm telling you. And when we stay here, we legitimately have, like, the whole place to ourselves. It's a huge, huge, huge building. And it's like a one-road town in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, pretty much. There's not even, like, a Walmart. There's not even a McDonald's. That tells you anything. So, yeah. It really is at night. Just us. No one else making noise. No one else interfering with anything. Here's the bathroom. Obviously, this was converted into a bathroom. Ironically, apparently there's been a lot of activity in this bathroom as well, because it wasn't really originally a bathroom. But again, we have the exposed brick. It's a really nice place. It's huge, tons of space. So up here they used to sell wagon parts, caskets. You can see original wood siding in this room. I love the history of it. Even without any paranormal stuff, it's just an interesting place, and I'm glad and lucky that I get to hang out here for a night and spend the night here. I think that's really cool. All the closets are huge. There's like a washer dryer in there. But this is another door, and it leads around to Morgan's apartment side. They actually, due to COVID, they used to use this place for tours. And they were not making money, obviously, throughout COVID and everything. So they actually had to sell the building So someone new bought this building, and their plan is to actually gut all of this out and completely change it, and turn it into a totally private residence. No more tours, no more people, no more anything. And so a lot of people believe that that has stirred up more activity, that whatever is here is not happy about that change. So we legitimately are the last people that are allowed to come in here. Like, they're starting construction downstairs. They're like, this place is going to be no longer. Probably once you guys see this video, it's going to be completely gutted. It won't be here anymore, which is really sad because of the history of the building. This building does have so much history. It's so old. And I'm not really sure how that works in Georgia, because I'm from New York, and I've worked in a museum before, and all the buildings on this block actually are on the National Register of Historic Places, and I always thought you couldn't alter them like that. I don't know if it's losing its title. I don't know how it works, but whoever bought the house, whoever bought this building, is gonna like turn it into a house and change everything. And I got news for them. They might have some unhappy residents once they finish everything. They might not want to live here. I don't know. Let's talk about recording and doing things in these COVID times. Now, by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be a while after, because it takes a long time to, get a location, record, edit, and all of that. And this is basically, we both get tested for work 3 times a week. So I had strep throat, which is why I sound like this. And this, like I said, was legitimately the last weekend and our last chance to come here. So she knows, what I have. We both have 3 negative COVID tests, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we got here Saturday. Actually, my COVID test was Saturday, and yeah, so we've been very safe about it. That's why you don't see us wearing masks in this video, and that's what's up. That's what's up with COVID times, recording in COVID times. Otherwise, I would have had more people here who also own their own equipment. We could have had like a camera in each room, and that's something that we can change in the future if we get a different location. I am in the room of the lady in the green dress. That's what they call it anyway. There's been reports of people seeing a woman or a lady in a green dress. We're going to do some, hopefully, spirit box things in here. I'm going to try to get a name. One of the owners of this building, when it was a store, his wife's name was Mary, and I'm going to try to see if maybe that is her name. They've never gotten, I don't think they've ever gotten a name. The one thing they've gotten is that it's a woman in a green dress. So I'm hoping maybe we can get some information. Maybe we can see for ourselves. I don't know. I want to walk through the gadgets that we have to use tonight, because we don't have a lot of money. We don't have a lot of the expensive stuff that like you'll see on TV, but we do actually have some of the more practical things that like you could even have at home and not know, or just little things like recorders. I'm recording this on the Google Pixel. I also have another phone. Laura has a phone to use. We have the iPad that has video and recording stuff on it. A ton of camera batteries. We have a basic DSLR camera and tripods to set up in different rooms. We have a voice recorder. This is just a cheap one, but just to pick up any sort of EVPs, which is electric voice phenomenon. And this might be able to pick up and hear things that we can't. So you'll see us like maybe ask a question, hit record, and then play it back right after and see if we pick anything up. Flashlights for lighting and videos and stuff. Batteries, battery packs to charge things. I have an EMF tester, and now what this is originally used for is to find wires throughout a house that may be giving off electric pulses that this device can pick up. I'm not an electrician, so maybe I'm not explaining it good, but regardless, if you need something repaired, let's say you're not getting the output that you need in an outlet, you can use this along the wall or along a device to see where I guess essentially the leak is so that you can fix wires. When this goes off in the middle of the room with no electronic devices around it, then that is indicative of, you know, ghosts or paranormal energy and electricity sort of thing. I am very cautious about this because you see on ghost shows all the time, and I'll give you an example, where you turn this on, okay, and there's nothing over here. I'm actually going to switch this to Fahrenheit. You turn this on and go over, let's see if something here is leaking maybe. Okay, so this is the oven, right? It's an electric oven, by the way, it's not gas. So it picks up from the side, first of all. So if I were to stand here and point it straight forward, it's going to be 0. So it only picks up from the sides. That's what the arrows are. So that is what it does. I hate ghost shows where they're in the kitchen and they say, oh, I'm picking up something over here. And it's like, there's an outlet right next to you. We're not going to do that, I promise you. I don't know if we're going to use this a lot, but we're not going to do that to you guys. I mainly have this because of the temperature gauge, so that if it's, you know, if it's 78 right now, you know, if it suddenly drops like 30 degrees in one spot, then that's going to be weird, especially since we're in Georgia and it's warmer out. So that's what this is. Probably my coolest and most favorite device that I got just for this is the Spirit Box. Now, this is controversial for some because it scans basically radio waves to pick up different frequencies, and you can hear voices.
So I'm not sure what happened to my audio here. It got all glitchy even though this is one continuous shot and it was fine up until now. However, I'm just explaining how the Spirit Box works, and it scans radio waves, and it's supposed to pick up perhaps other frequencies that the ghosts can operate on and communicate to us with that we normally would not hear. However, I actually modified my Spirit Box so that it would be even more accurate. I removed completely the antenna and the receiver from this Spirit Box so that it would not be able to pick up any radio stations or any radio signals at all that are outside the immediate vicinity of the actual device. That, coupled with being actually in the middle of nowhere with no one else around, and not near any sort of towers or anything, really made this accurate, and we got a lot of good evidence from this, and it is my favorite device now to use.
First thing I'm going to do is go around and get like a baseline of each room. You may or may not see every room. Just, this is only so that I know the temperature of each room before we start, in case it does drop. That way we know. Because I always see those ghost shows and they're always like, look at this, and it's like, is there a vent there? I want to make sure we cover our bases. Like, if I didn't believe in this stuff, I wouldn't be here right now, but at the same time, I think that there's a lot that science and just being in the moment and seeing things can explain away a lot, like a vent or something. So, this room, oh. Okay, hang on. I got my phone in my pocket. Hang on. I walked into this room and this went off, and I thought it was because my phone was in my pocket. Oh, wow. Yeah. I wasn't even ready to, like, start talking yet, and it just went off. Okay, so this is why we're doing this. I was in the middle of the room. Wow, the second we walked in here. So, this room has a story behind it that I haven't even had a chance to tell you guys yet. What is that face for?
Oh, weird.
So, Laura over here gave me the information that this is actually an old hospital bed.
Here's a good example of something we didn't notice and didn't see in the moment. However, there is something on the screen that appears to leave my EMF device and take a turn and go in towards the bed. Now, whether that's an orb or dust or what have you, I will let you guys decide. But I just wanted to point out that it's there.
So, Laura has been here before, which is why we have access to this place now. And apparently they came in here once and there was handprints on this blanket. But they were like reversed. I'll insert a photo of it. I wasn't here for that. I wasn't here to see that there wasn't handprints before. Not saying I don't believe her, but I'm just saying, like, evidence-wise. You guys can see now, and we can compare for later. I'll take a picture. This is what the comforter looks like right now. And if it changes, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's crazy. I don't...
As soon as you stepped in there, instantly.
I thought it was because my phone was in my pocket.
Well, that's what I thought at first, but obviously that wasn't the case. So then I was like, yeah, that's.
I don't have, like, a mic where I've been using... Oh, wow, yeah, that's a lot. So will you, like...
You see they're backwards, though?
Yeah, will you text me that?
Yeah.
Text me that, and I can use it. What was that? No, I swear. Hang on. Oh my god. Come here, come here. Come in here with me. Hang on.
I'm here. I'm 4 feet behind you, but I know.
Okay, hang on. But that was like...
That's not the same sound that we just heard.
No. It was like
That
scratching.
was a totally different sound.
And it freaks me out that the covers... I can't look under the bed. I touched the window, and it immediately happened when I touched the window. I would have swore there was an animal in there. You hear the tapping? So the power just went out. And this one, she tackled me in the dark. We were just listening to some weird tapping noise. I actually can still kind of hear it. And the power went out. All the power went out in here.
Yeah, that was weird.
And there's a thunderstorm outside.
Not anymore?
I'm pretty sure. I think we should go downstairs because I think that's where the tapping's coming from. I'm walking around with, literally, I have a spirit box, I have the battery pack, the phone, the EMF, and my water. And in my pocket is, what is in my pocket? The flashlight, in case the power goes out again because I'm scared of that happening now that even though the storm's over. And, yeah, so we're fine. Grab your water. Well, we're going to go into the far room, the green lady room. We'll call it that. I've learned now, before I step into a room, before I cross the threshold, to turn all of my stuff on and be rolling. Because I kept going in a room and then starting, and yeah.
Say there's supposedly a woman in a green dress. I haven't seen her myself, but that's what they say.
Okay. And what I was just talking about earlier, about knowing the history of this place, I am going to do a spirit box session to see if we can pick anything up. And I want to ask if the lady may be Mary Ella Zellers, or Mary Moreland, would be the wife of the owner of when this was a store. So I thought that would be a good idea to ask. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
What was that? So, apparently, there used to be a lot of gambling happening up here. And I don't know where, but we got some cards. And it's a thing, I guess, that was told by some, like a medium came in and said, there's a man who likes to play cards with a cigarette. So we're going to actually leave him a cigarette. And I'm sorry, Laura, I know this is your cigarette, but we're gonna leave this here for him when we go. We're going to leave this here. It's the cigarette. That's for him. We're going to leave it right there. I'll take a picture of the top of this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up solitaire. And I bet, and I'm going to leave. We're going to leave for a little bit. Go outside. You know it's raining. And I am a gambling person, so I'm going to bet if there's anyone in this room that they can't move one of these cards that I'm going to set. And I'm going to leave $1 right here. And I will also leave that $1. You can have it if you move the card. Any card, anything really, anything I can see on this table. You can move. Or you can say hi. We're going to have this recording here. Here's my wallet. Oh, I don't have $1. I only have a 20. Shit, well, $20. There you go. I might lose $20.
Okay, now if I was a ghost, I'd go for that.
Huh?
I said if I was a ghost, I'd go for that for $20.
I don't want it to blow away, so I'm gonna make sure it's flat. Where can I set this camera? I'm gonna hit record on this. I'm gonna put a video. It says I got 3 hours on this. Probably the battery life. No. Alright. This is set up. I'm not touching it. We're actually going outside, but I'm going to touch this. And we're going to record. See if anything wants to say hi. And we're going to record. See if anything wants to say hi. Right. I mean, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I just want to kind of show that we really are, like, in the middle of nowhere. There's Laura. But it's all old buildings. We are the only ones currently staying in town, because that's the only place. Really? Some little shops there. Old train depots and stuff like that. Train depot. It's like a one road town, and this building, you know, helped build up the town. Like trains came in with supplies and stuff, and this store and those two guys, they supplied everything and made the town grow. And it wasn't until they rerouted this train that everything kind of stopped and the town kind of became dead. So we're gonna try to go talk about that in a little bit upstairs. Alright, we're going back in. We're back. We're back. Okay, so the table's a mess, but we're actually just taking a break and hanging out, and I didn't even realize that the EMF detector was still on. And we're just sitting here having a conversation.
Yeah.
And
it keeps going on.
And the thing went off. I'm just gonna roll on this. And I'm not really sure. That's a little strange, because, it's on a table. There's no... This is a flashlight. I don't know. It can't be picking up anything. There's nothing electronic around it. It's plastic cup, plastic. We made a mess. It's on a notebook, on plastic. There's nothing underneath the table that's electronic. It only seems to do it when I ignore it, though. Like, watch. I'll, like, start doing something else. I'm just gonna... So, I don't know what that means, but my dad's an electrician, so I will ask him. It's only when I ignore it. Like, I was reading, and it was like, give me attention, I feel like. Because we've been sitting here now, we've been talking about work and friends, and not doing anything. So I feel like it's like, give me attention. So let's do, the table's a mess. This is where our, like, base camp is all set up. Our snacks. Okay, so now I have the other phone. It's a Google Pixel. And I want to see if this phone will do anything. I have it up on a web page. I'll close out of it. Turn it off. Turn it on. Open it up. Turn open the web page. Nothing. I don't understand. It's like sometimes it's 0. This spirit box is here. And I know this is like radio
And that's,
signal. What?
your...
Oh, sorry. Making a mess. We have such a mess out here, and it sucks because, like, I didn't plan on doing anything out here. This was... No, because it's not on. So, unless there's, like, a leak. When I say leak, I mean... The book is not a trick either. It's literally a notebook. Neither is this. This is nothing. Paper. Plastic. Hello? You know what's funny? Earlier, I was like, we can just take the batteries out of this and put them in the, like, EVP thing.
Yeah.
Because I am probably not going to use it because it's an old building and probably will pick up, like, things by accident. And now just sitting here, I can't believe we've used this thing the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like it's tricking me a little bit. Did I fall for that mistake? Did I fall for the classic near an electronic and getting excited about paranormal activity like ghost hunters do? Are you trying to tell us something? Can you tell me your name? Can you make that beep? Are you playing with me? I legitimately just turned off that light and closed the door to go to bed.
That light was already off.
I just turned it off.
But I mean, it was off before that.
Yeah, but go open the door.
What do you mean?
Cause I swear, turn the light off.
Where's the switch?
No, it's right. It's in there, isn't it? Yeah, it'll work. And close the door. Watch, close the door. I want it recorded that we actually, like, did it. Turned this on and I said, wait, did you want to play a game?
I didn't know what.
And then I went over here and I turned this light off and I closed that door. And then I turned back around and that light was on. So, a little behind the scenes. She's sleeping on that couch tonight. And I'm sleeping on this couch. Even though we were planning on sleeping in rooms, there's just been too much going on. And we kind of want to stick together.
There's 6 bedrooms. And we're sleeping on the couch.
It's not funny, but...
It's pathetic.
No, it's not. So... Alright, so I got this app on the iPad. And since we heard noise in here, I'm going to leave... Should I leave it on the bed? You think? Like right here? Because it was kind of near this window. And it's going to have a delay for 10 minutes so that we can get out of here and not be setting it off. Which I think is really nice. Oh, the lamp. Okay. So we're going to leave that in here. And close the door. And we're going to go get it later.
Now here you see me cross frame as we settle in for the night. That's an important bit of information to note for later on in this video when you see what happened after I did fall asleep. Now, basically, I set up the DSLR camera on the little card table where we set up the game of solitaire. The cards never moved, so we sort of forgot about them, but the cards are still there, and the game is still set up, which is important to note after you guys hear the EVP that we got after we were both sleeping. And yes, you do see me tucking in my feet here so that the ghosts can't get me. Now, I have half a mind to actually upload all the raw footage so you can see and look for orbs yourself and look for EVPs yourself, because I'm sure there may be things that I've missed, and there's certainly plenty of evidence that I've not included in this video because it's knocking and doors slamming, and I imagine after the 20th door slam you don't need to hear that a million times. Now, one thing though, look at my face and the light from my phone. The camera here starts shaking, almost as if there's an earthquake going on in the apartment, but there's no noise to it, and I don't react to it. I certainly don't feel it, and I didn't notice at the time, but the shaking does seem to get pretty strong at one point and then stop altogether. There's something about ignoring stuff in this apartment that makes them say, hey, pay attention to me. This is a theme that I've noticed since we spent our night here. It seemed that every time I was on my phone or ignoring a situation, or when I didn't pay attention, is when I got the best EVPs and the best experiences. The problem with that is that while we were there, we didn't see any of that till now I'm editing and after the fact. So a lot of the reactions that you see, or the lack thereof, are because of that. Now the cards are still there. So tell me, does this sound like cards shuffling right behind the camera?
Alright, you guys, it's morning. I did leave a camera on me all night. I don't know how long the battery would last. But I left it on all night. And I don't have a night vision camera, so I left some lights on all night. But we left all these doors closed. I left some devices in some of the rooms. So I'm going to actually go around now and open the doors and see if anything has changed. I want to go get my devices. My iPad's been recording in the one room. We heard scratching. So yeah, let's go get up and see what happened overnight. I don't know. So we're just going through some of the footage. I wanted to record me sleeping all night, and I thought, and then the battery died, and I didn't notice that, like, the last thing that I did, in all these ones, you see me, hang on, in all of these ones, you see me cross frame. Like, I hit record, and I cross frame, and I go lay down. There's my pillow, and it makes sense. See? There I go. Okay, that makes sense. What doesn't make sense is there's several other clips here of me sleeping. So this one I cross frame, you see me record. This one, however, I'm not sure how. There's a couple of these. I'm already laying down. I don't know what hit record. I'm already sleeping. Okay. It's freaking me out because there's a couple of these. Another reason for keeping these doors closed all night is because there's no actual air vents in there, and it's hot in Georgia. This is the room that has the iPad. There it is, in the same exact spot that I left it. Okay. I swear, it looks like fingerprints on the windows. And last night when I went to go touch it, and I swear I was recording, and it did not work. Oh, good morning. I forgot to say good morning. Good morning, ghosts. Maybe. Maybe not. Recordings. It recorded, looks like 15 different things. Oh, wow. Something at 5 a.m.? I'm going to actually take it and move it into this room now. Good morning. Hospital bed room. Good morning, ghost. There is now a camera in this room if you would like to say hi to it. I'll be back. I'm going to close this. The light's off. There is now a camera in this room if you would like to say hi to it. I'll be back. I'm going to close this. The light's off. Lights off. And I'm going to close this door. Oh my god. Okay, so I went and got the iPad. I just wanted to record our reaction because there's no vents in there. That's one of the reasons why we kept the doors closed all night. Because it's like 85 degrees in there. You can see when we go in with the temperature gauge. So you can hear me moving around the house in the other rooms, but it's like something's going up to the iPad and going, hey, and like whispering into it, and it's wild. We're gonna review it, but we were actually listening to it in there and we left. Hang on. It's so loud. Anybody in here? Hello? Let's see. To talk more when I'm not here, so I'm gonna actually leave. I'm back. Is it okay that we're here talking to you right now? Can you tell me your name? Did anybody ever leave handprints on this bed? Of course.
General? She said there was like Civil War.
That's General.
Wow, that was clear too.
Could this be the former owners of this building reaching out to us? Especially when you consider that both were high-ranking military officials and that one has the middle initial J for John, a name we've heard on an EVP no less than 5 times now. I would consider this paranormal investigation a success, even with just the evidence that you've so far seen. However, you forget that you have yet to hear the EVP audio from the sleep apnea app on the iPad that I left in the spare bedroom. Now, there were a lot of clips of footsteps, slamming doors, and even what sounds like an argument in a conversation. I've tried to enhance and interpret what I can, but I am limited with the equipment that I have. I'm considering uploading the raw footage to YouTube so that people can decide for themselves and hopefully help me decipher some of these conversations. However, the one clip I think is the most exciting is actual old-timey piano music, much like the type of music that would have been played in an illegal gambling ring in the early 1900s.
I'm just standing here like this because I cannot believe we got piano music at 5 a.m. playing in the other room on the sleep apnea app. So I had no idea. I was like, we know that there was like a gambling thing happening up here at one point, like illegal gambling. And you would think like, oh, like saloon drinking, gambling, music. And I'm like, maybe it was up here. And then the owner of this place apparently has an old player piano downstairs in like a part that we can't access that I didn't know about. And we just went down there and I got a picture. I'm not even kidding. There's a piano in this place. We didn't know about it. It's not operable either. But holy crap. Wow. I'm usually skeptical of things like that, but I swear to you guys, I did not know there was a piano around. Like, that's nuts.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna stay out here and let you do your thing.
This is so cool. Oh, there's more than one piano here.
Isn't that cool?
We should go get the spirit box and ask if it played the piano last night.
We actually have a glass front. I'd be interested, since you're sensitive to that stuff, I'd be interested to take you to church. But Laura and I are not gonna sleep in there.
Can you go grab the spirit box?
But you know what? This from a museum. If you're gonna do all that, you gotta go to the church.
Is it okay if I touch?
Of course.
Sorry, I already touched it.
No, we're already there. I mean, kids have been playing on it. Yeah, you don't have to be.
The one thing that they don't tell you or show you on the ghost hunter shows is the lull of just kind of sitting around. It's not boring, it's definitely exciting, but at the same time, like, your nerves kind of get on edge a little bit and you're just kind of sitting around waiting for something to happen. When you're sitting around waiting for something to happen, any little creak, any little noise that you hear, it kind of freaks you out. So you just kind of sitting here waiting for something to happen, but I don't have the capability of having a camera run for the 18 hours that we're here, let alone have one in each room. You guys have now seen how big this place is. So there's a couple times already where it's like, did you hear that? What was that? And it's like, turn on the camera. And by then it's like kind of a little too late, unfortunately. But no, this has definitely been an interesting experience. And if you guys like this, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, because it's not easy to set up. This was a case of, I know someone who knew someone. Yeah, so I want to go to like more locations like this, and I want to do more stuff like this. I think this is fun, and this was definitely amateurish because we really didn't know what we were doing. We just kind of like got a spirit box and modded it so that it wouldn't get like radio interference and stuff like that. So, and a bunch of cameras, and decided to go into a place and talk to ghosts. So yeah, it's definitely fun. I want to do this again. I'm somewhere else, and unfortunately it has to be somewhere else because this place is sold, and that's sad. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. It's been crazy.
Interested, since you're sensitive to that stuff, I'd be interested to take you to church.
What happened?
She said that's a good thing to say.
Should I not play the organ?
Yeah, did she scream? Yeah, I like to scream. Good thing to say.